Hi folks, glad you could join me again. A little bit of a photography adventure down at Druidstone Haven. We're going to head down now. I got in the car, I got home very quickly, I got in the car straight from work. It's been absolutely hammering it down for the last half an hour, but as you can see behind me, we've got sort of rays of light coming through now, so I'm hoping for a nice sunset. But let's see what happens. If it does start tipping down again, unfortunately we're going to have to cut this trip short. But let's see what happens. Let's get down there. Let's take some photographs. Glad you could join me. Oh, the wind's pretty strong down here. Oh, I don't know whether you can hear it on the mic, but yeah, it's blowing a bit of a gale. I was hoping to get the drone up in the air, but the mini, I'll have a look what it's like on the beach now. But I don't know whether we're going to get that up tonight. But hey, we're down here. It's not raining, but that is a bonus. Yeah, I've noticed in a couple of videos, I'm going to all these places in Pembrokeshire around the coast, and obviously we'll start venturing inland as well when we can. Now what I'm going to try and do is put a little bit of a map up at the end of each video and tell you where I've been, because I'm obviously wary of some people might not know Pembrokeshire. I might not know where I'm going. I'm sort of aware that quite a few YouTubers don't do that, so I'll try and do something different and get you, to show you where these places are, because it's all very well and good for me enjoying them, but if you ever come down to Pembrokeshire or you live in Pembrokeshire, some of these places you may not have been for a while or whatever. But yeah, I think it's good to share with you. If you don't want me to do it, that's fine. You can put it in the comments, but that's something I'm going to try and do from now on. But yeah. So what I'm going to do now is show you the view that I'm looking at, but yeah, we'll get that map sorted and I'll put it at the end of the video for you. Try and venture across here. I've only got my trainers on, so it's probably a bloody good chance that I'm going to get my feet wet or I'm going to slip on my arse. Oh my god, I'm across, safe and sound, perfect. Oh, a little bit of wet. It's a little bit of wet in there. Oh, a bit soggy. As you can see, panning around, it's a beautiful bay. Not built up at all. We've got there's one sort of. There's a couple. It's a little hamlet, really, Druidstone. There's a couple of houses. There is a hotel called the Druidstone, but again, I'm not quite sure why it's called Druidstone. And if I can find that out, and I'll stick that at the back of the end of the video for you as well, as where I've been. As I said before, on that little map that I'll be doing, I'll put the places that I've been as well. So what I might do, I might not stick one at the end of each video. What I might try and do is stick one at the end of every couple, and then sort of mark out where I've been. And then if you want to catch up on the previous videos I've done, that would be great too. So yeah, let's get on with it. It's a bit chilly down here now. Temperature's dropping as the sun's going down. Yeah, so what I tried to do there, I tried to get a bit of a pano shot across. I did it from one edge of the cliff on the left hand side all the way to the other edge of the cliff on the right hand side. We'll see how that comes out. yeah, there's some interesting sort of movement in the water going down, so I might try and get a couple of shots of that now with the water going into the sunset. That's quite a nice one. It's just trying to compose the image, but I've got a funny feeling I'm going to get soaking wet feet, but they're a bit squelchy, so a little bit more cold won't harm. But yeah, and I might try and zoom into a couple of subjects. There's a couple of tankers on the horizon, ready to sort of go into Milford Haven, so I might try and get a couple of shots of them. But yeah, I think the interesting thing now is when that sunlight now drops below the horizon, see what kind of colours we get in the sky, and see what kind of photographs we can get. But it is getting noticeably colder now. My hands are starting to shiver. I need to invest myself in some gloves. Again, if anyone can think of any photography gloves or any decent pair of gloves, put them in the comments below, that'd be fab. But yeah, it's a nice evening. It's nice to get out. Pretty stressful day in work, so it's nice to get out and about down the beach this evening and show you a couple of sites that you may not know about in Pembrokeshire. And said, you know, it's not the easiest place to get to, Druidstone. There's no car park as such. You've got to park on the side of the road. So yeah, I'll show you a couple of shots. I'll pan you around now so you can see the different sort of state that the sun is in now. It's heading down. So pan you across. You see the sun is directly in front of me there. But that's quite an interesting shot. I think that if we can get in the middle here, but unfortunately there's a bit of a raging torrent of water right there. But I might be able to step on a couple of these stones and compose a nice shot. Again, if I could slow down the water, that'd be even nicer. But yeah, we'll see what I can get. But yeah, it's a nice evening. But that shot going towards the sunset, I think would be quite a nice one. Yeah, so the sun's gone behind the cloud now. I'll show you that now. So big cloud on the horizon, but that is going to dip below that. As you can see, I've taken a shot of the headland popping out over there with my telephoto lens. So yeah, it's been quite a fruitful trip. It's been quite good down here. We'll wait for another 10 minutes and wait for that sun to go down. And then we'll head back up. But yeah, hopefully got a couple of nice shots. If I haven't, then it's been worth getting out anyway. But yeah, some nice colours over there. I'm gonna drop the camera and I'm gonna get on with photographing. Yeah, as I said, I'm a little bit concerned about that little chink of light now. I'm hoping that cloud doesn't move over too much and well, pardon the phrase, piss on my chips. But yeah, I got a feeling that the sun is not going to get through that cloud. So if I flip you around now, that cloud is moving from right to left. Let's flip you around so you can see there in front of you. Oh no, I can't. There we are. Right, you can see in front of you there. You've got the cloud on the right hand side, then you've got this sort of chink of light, orange light, going from left to right. That cloud, I think, is going to stop the sunset. Yeah, it's quite a thick, dense bit of cloud, and I'm a bit worried that that's going to absolutely tip down. But yeah, there's possibly a nice image over to the left hand side. Just sort of where I'm pointing you now. So there's a bit of an oil tanker coming in, waiting to get into port. There's some lovely cloud formations over on the headland over there. You can't see them, but I will stick them in a photo for you. I don't know how the photo's going to come out because it'll be the right at the end of my zoom range on my telephoto, so it probably won't come out too sharp. But we'll put them at the end of the video anyway. But yeah, it does look like that sunset is not going to happen tonight, which is a bit of a pain in the backside. But we are if we look at the clouds here, not quite sure what's going on again with this camera. Let's try and recenter you. Don't flip, you want to see my face again? Lovely jubbly. Let's flip you around again. Let's recenter, there we are. Right, so we have got a little bit of colour on those clouds, sort of licking the top of the clouds, sort of pinky colours. What's they call the stuff? Looks a bit like candy floss. So we have got a little bit of colour, but as I said, that sunset you can see now, it has gone. That is not going to happen tonight, which is a massive shame. So again, it's flipped round to my face. Oh, face track is on. Lovely jubbly. Yeah, so that massive bank of cloud that's come across has really spoilt it. But that's the joys. That's the joys of coming out and being a bit of a landscape photographer. You win some, you lose some, but as I said, it's not necessarily about the pictures. It's not necessarily about the sun setting. It's about getting out, isn't it? Getting out and about in your local area. And I said, I'm very lucky that I live in such a beautiful place, and I've got places to go and see, but there's always places to go and enjoy wherever you are. You know, if you're in a city, go and enjoy your local park, take some pictures of the wildlife, do some macro photography, and see, you know, what you can find around your local area. Go and explore the woodlands. If you're lucky to live by the coast, go down and experiment on the coast, and see what you can get out. It doesn't matter what you've got, you know. I said I've got a very basic setup. Oh, it's not catching me there. I've got a very basic setup. My Sony a6000 is quite a few years old now. Oh, this camera again is there we are. Is it going to follow me? Yes. This Sony a6000 is you know, good few years old now. So you know that you know, it does fine for me, for what I need it. But you know, as I progress now, I'll hopefully upgrade and get some better gear, and I'll show you that on the channel as well. As I said, my setup, I've got a DJI Pocket 2 which I'm filming you on now. It's a lovely bit of kit, really small, fantastic handheld camera. What I've done to give us a little bit more reach, you know, if I put you out there, is I've got a Joby Gorilla Pod 1K. I think it's got a ball head on it as well. It's only very small, but it gives you sort of a little bit more reach to get you. And I'll try and get this sorted now, because it's not. There we are. Yeah, it's a great bit of kit, but as you've seen on these videos, it can be a little bit erratic with the face track. Probably doesn't help that I've got a hat on, to be honest. You will be seeing my hair at some point, I promise you. But yeah, it probably doesn't help that I've got a hat on, so it struggles a little bit more. My lens, I've got a wide angle lens, but at the moment I've got the stock lens that came with it, the wide angled lens that came with the Sony a6000. I did invest in a telephoto lens. Wait there, I might be able to get out of my pocket. This one here, the Sony G, as I said, it's a fantastic bit of kit. This is the lens that I use most often, purely because it's sharper. What I suggest to anyone sort of starting out, as I said, I've been doing this a couple of years now, doing a bit of photography for a couple of years, but anyone starting out, I suggest you get a sort of fairly basic camera body, but invest in, as I say, invest in glass, invest in the lenses if you can, because that's really important. That's the eyes of your machine, really, the eyes of the camera. So yeah, invest in the glass. But obviously at some point I'd like to invest in the body. Yeah, and that's about it. I've said I've got the DJI drone, which I haven't got out today because it is very windy and it's very cold. I don't particularly want to lose it into the cliffs, but you'll be seeing more drone photography as the weeks go on. But yeah, as you can see, I'll flip you around now, and that's what we're left with. Yeah, there's no colour, it's all gone. The clouds come across and thoroughly ruined the sunset tonight. But hey, we've had a nice trip down. Yeah, just before I go, if you need, if there's anywhere particularly you'd quite like me to go in Pembrokeshire, put it at the bottom of the comments, and I can see if I can get there at some point. It's been a lovely trip down tonight, but any suggestions of where you want me to go in and around Pembrokeshire, let me know, and we'll try and get a video done from there. That'd be fab. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have. A little trip out. I've only been down here about an hour, but yeah, you've been great. Thank you very much for watching, and please drop a like and subscribe. That'd be amazing. Cheers now.